Alrighty, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Poppin' Bottles and Culture. I am Dana.
I'm Meggy.
So we have a lot to catch up on because it's been a bit. But after we have caught up, we're gonna go ahead and talk about I can't speak already. I just started the episode, Meggy. I promise I haven't been drinking wine since 6:45. Um, we're going to talk about how the month of November is the month that keeps on giving from the music industry because we've got 3 albums this month. One from Abba. I don't know. I'm not sure which one people actually say. I guess people who live, they're Swedish, right?
Yeah.
People in
Abba.
Sweden probably say Abba, and we just say Abba because we're just crazy American people. Um, so we got one from Abba. We've got one from Taylor Swift, a re-recording. And we've got an album coming from Adele in a couple days. By the time this comes out, I think her album will be out. This episode is going to coincide with the release of Adele's album, I think. So that should be pretty exciting. I'm sitting here just like, can y'all not all just do this at once? I need time to process each album before I move on to the next one. But, you know, they're just doing this without stopping. But let's backtrack a bit. Like, we got to talk about Halloween.
Halloween?
Halloween.
Halloween feels like 84 years ago.
It does, but we have to talk about it because I dressed up as Zendaya Coleman's character in Spider-Man. So I dressed up as MJ. My boyfriend dressed up as Spider-Man. And I tagged Zendaya and Tom Holland in the post that I did on Instagram on the day before Halloween because everybody really celebrated on like Saturday, I feel like. But I live in Sleepy Hollow, so everyone celebrated like both days. But the second day, I didn't wear my costume. I just went out to blaze the pumpkin light show. But on the day before Halloween, I dressed up with my boyfriend and we went out with some friends. And I posted before we left the house. I posted a photo of me dressed as Zendaya, and it was like in a series of photos.
Zendaya?
I think it's Zendaya they pronounce it.
Abba.
Yeah, exactly.
Zendaya,
So today's just
Zendaya.
learning how to pronounce things. But yeah, so I posted a photo of like me dressed up as her and my boyfriend in a carousel of photos. And so I tagged her, and then a couple like hours later, I was at the bar with my boyfriend and some of his friends, and I noticed it says Zendaya liked your photo, and I clicked through, and it's her actual legitimate profile that liked my photo, and I'm sitting there like, what the actual hell just happened? Zendaya noticed me.
Oh, senpai noticed me. That's so cute.
Right? I was just like, wait, people, hold on, I'm screaming, like it was wild. And then I was like, wait, is Tom Holland gonna notice my boyfriend dressed as him and like the photo as well? But he didn't. So it was just Zendaya.
That's okay.
It's okay. We're good. I'll take it. You know.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
is he really, like active?
I
on
have no
social
clue. I
media?
don't really think he is. So it was expected, but I didn't expect Zendaya to notice me because she has like millions of followers, and I'm sure people tag her in crap tons of stuff every day.
Yeah.
It's
That's
wild.
cool.
I know, it's insane. But enough about me. Tell us about your thrifted outfit for Halloween.
I dressed up as 1950s pinup Satan.
Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a. Sorry, I'm boring today. It was a. So it's a challenge that I gave myself because as a backstory, am in the middle of going through a lot of the stuff in my apartment and donating it. So I donated 4 bags of clothes. I just took out extra air conditioner. Somebody came and got a chair.
You were just a lady
stuff.
that everyone would come get free shit from, basically.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I'm giving a bunch of stuff away, and
Oh
so
my gosh.
I challenged myself this Halloween to make a costume out of things that I was about to donate. Yeah, and being the person I am, I happen to have the makings of a Satan costume,
Amazing.
ready.
As one just does.
as one does. The only thing I bought were the devil horns and a cape.
That's so
Um,
cool.
Yeah, and so usually for Halloween, I tend not to dress up as like sexy lady costumes. I think last year I was a hot dog.
Oh, was that last year?
Or the year before.
No, the year before that. Yeah, 2019? Yeah, 2019.
I might have been a hot dog 2 years in a row. Before that, I think I was an Ewok or a Wookiee. You know, like I just don't.
What? That's
Yeah,
hysterical. I can't
yeah.
remember what I was. Oh, I was Mindy Lahiri from the Mindy Project
Oh, that's
in
cool.
2019. Yeah.
I don't know what did I dress up as. I may, you know what? I may have just like some years I default and just wear my Pusheen onesie. But
That's
either
always
way,
cute.
none of it's ever like, "Hey, how you doing?"
Yeah, like it's really funny because there's this YouTuber. She's a DIYer. Her name is Lauren Rihimahi, and she doesn't say Halloween. She's like it's Ho-Loreen because her name is Lauren. So she basically buys costumes on Amazon and like cuts them up to make them look like skanky on purpose. It's hysterical. But yeah, no, she does it every year, and like this year, she actually went back into her archive and looked up all the terrible costumes that she used to make when she was just starting out on YouTube. She redid a bunch of them, and it was really funny because there was one costume where she has herself dressed up as a gumball machine, and she puts the 25-cent sign over her like middle, and it ends up
Oh
on
my
top of
god.
her like area. And she's like, "Oh my gosh, guys, I'm like literally making myself worth 25 cents." So this year, she raised the price. And she raised the little like outlet where it comes out of a little bit higher, and she raised her price to 75 cents. And she redid the costume. I'm just like, see, she learned her lesson.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, so I'm excited for this episode because like I'm a music junkie. But before that, we're gonna talk about the wines that we're drinking. I will start if I can find it because I took a picture of it before I like went downstairs because my wine is in the fridge upstairs and I come down to the basement to record, so I have to like do that or I'll bring the whole bottle downstairs and drink the whole thing. So the wine I'm drinking is actually Chilean white wine. It's called Yali. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be an accent mark on top, but there's a little bird over the eye, so I'm not sure if that was supposed to be an artistic choice. But if it's that the case, then it's Yali Reserva. It says Wetlands Sauvignon Blanc from the Casablanca Valley. 2020 bottle. Yeah. What are you drinking, Meggy?
I'm drinking a twisted tea.
Ooh, that sounds interesting. Tell us more.
It's like a hard iced tea. It's half and half. It's very sweet.
Oh. Is
You
it like
know,
a lemon or like a different kind of flavor?
it tastes like a Snapple.
Oh, okay.
Like I tried it out and bought a 6-pack.
Oh.
And it's a little too sweet for me.
Uh-oh.
I like things that aren't sweetened. But you know what? Fuck it.
I would say water it down, but that might make it worse because it might make the flavor
No.
like really weird.
Yeah, it's been a week or a month, so I'm just gonna drink my twisted tea and feel kind of ghetto.
Alrighty. So I guess let's do our wins for the week. My win for today, just a couple minutes ago, was getting my headphones up over my head after my mom did a fun hairstyle to me when I went to visit her and my dad this weekend. She did these really cool twist braidy things in my hair, and they're making my head like ginormous, and my head kind of
Oh.
like it's not like hurting, but like I can feel like it's heavier because of it. So it's also just like really big. So when she did this before, the last time she did this to me was when I messed up my wrist doing yoga. I couldn't comb my hair. So I went to her and I was like, "Can you get me some braids?" So she braided my hair and it was really cute. And everyone was like, "Oh my God, your hair looks so nice." But the problem with that was I couldn't wear headphones when I had to like work and wear headphones to like do work. I couldn't do that. I had to wear like my wireless like Bluetooth earbuds because I couldn't put like a headset over my head. And for podcasting, I can't use those earbuds because those earbuds have freaking headphone, like they have microphones on them. So I can't use my external microphone if I use those headphones. So I have to wear like a headset, and like to get it over my head is a challenge, but I managed to do it. That's my win for today.
Yeah. I hope you don't mess up your hair. I want to see pictures.
Oh my God, I'll send you photos. I'll send you all the photos I can send you because I love it so much. It's so pretty.
It's like a 2 or 3 part win.
Okay.
And this is why I sound so exhausted.
Oh.
I bought my first real adult piece of furniture from West Elm.
Yay.
I bought a coffee table that rises, and because I've been poor my entire life, I assumed that once you bought things from West Elm, they would come fully put together.
Oh, no, you have to order assembly. That might cost money depending on the store. I know Lowe's does free assembly, but West Elm is too fancy. They don't do free assembly.
Nope. So the coffee table came in like this thin box,
Oh,
and I was like,
no.
and I put it together.
I mean, like, here's my whole thing about like furniture. Like, there are boxes that can fit certain furniture that are compact enough to just ship like fully built. Like, why do they do
Yeah.
this to us?
I do not know, but I did it, and it took less time than I thought I would. Even though the directions had literally no words on them, they were just pictures and happy or smiley faces.
Oh, no, I hate that.
Yeah,
I
and
truly hate it.
then I redecorated my home office.
Amazing.
These are all like middle age problems.
No, you're fine.
My family's coming tomorrow.
Oh,
After work,
nice.
and they're
Is
gonna
it
be
your
here.
mom only, or just like your mom and your sister? Like, who's coming?
No, it's actually it's gonna be like multiple people, but my
Oh,
brother and his
how are they all
mother.
gonna fit in your apartment?
Hopefully they won't all stay in my apartment, but they will see my apartment.
Okay.
So.
I remember last time you were telling us that like your mom came over to your place when you lived in New Jersey and like started throwing out all your pans.
Yeah. Oh wow, I don't even remember that. That must have been like way, way back in the day. Where,
Yeah, it was
like,
probably like 2019. Yeah.
Yeah. Like back when I
the
was
before times.
Yeah, the before times when I had some really awful pans, and she came to visit and was like,
Oh
"You're
my
gonna
God.
like give like eating the coating off of these, just like oh," and she threw them all out, and she got
That's
me new
hysterical.
pots and pans, and I still have them, and they're very good quality. But like it happened so long ago, I completely forgot about it. My mom has not actually seen.
Oh yeah, she hasn't seen your new place.
She hasn't seen the new place, and she hasn't seen the way that I, like difference in decorating between being broke and young and being kind of older and having space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this should be interesting.
Yeah, she's only seen my like janky, falling apart New Jersey apartment,
Oh
one bedroom with 2 cats, and crumbling ceiling, and she hasn't seen this very, very nice 2-bedroom apartment that I live in with 1 cat. So.
Well, I hope she likes it, and then that'll end up being your win for the next episode. Oh my God! Like my mom didn't throw out my pans. Yay, folks!
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, cheers.
Thanks.
But yeah. So like, let's start out with Abba because the last thing I remember like that was Abba related was like the Mamma Mia movies.
Oh my God.
Like, let's talk about this because there seems to be a trend going on where like artists who have been like dormant just like pop out of nowhere and be like, hey, here's an album, no publicity, no nothing, because you don't need that shit anymore. You can just drop an album on like freaking streaming sites and everybody will just like go crazy with it. You know what I mean?
Well, it's the same as when what's his Aha did the new remake for Take on Me.
Okay.
That is just utterly depressing. You've heard it,
no.
right?
No, I haven't.
It's a very sad, slow remake of Take on Me, and it was in the second Deadpool movie, I believe.
Interesting. I probably heard it in passing, but I just don't remember it right now.
Yeah, and like if you watch him sing it live, he's still very young, attractive looking. For I'm saying this, and like these people are like, well, they were adults in the 80s, and I was born in the 80s. It's fine. I'm on like Abba. Just why is it a remake album?
I don't think so. I think these are new songs, but let me just verify because, like I said,
76.
like it just seems crazy.
One woman in Abba 76.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. This is what happens when people just don't understand that it's time to retire. Not that they're bad or anything. It's just like you deserve to rest now. You've done a lot. It's okay. You don't have to keep going.
This would give me so many issues if like my grandma was cooler than me. Like
if your grandma. But what isn't that the whole point of like Mamma Mia, that this girl's mom is basically cooler than her? Like I feel like there's a trend here. Yeah, it's their first album of new material in 40 years.
I have to admit that I haven't seen Mamma Mia.
Wait. Are you not a Meryl Streep fan? Like, how have you not seen Mamma Mia?
I'm a Meryl Streep fan. I'm not a fan of weird freaking movie musicals.
What? But wait, didn't you do musical theater when you were like in acting classes or whatever?
I've done musical theater. Yes.
But you don't like musical theater. You don't like watching musical theater.
Not as much as I
Okay.
should. No.
That makes sense. I'm just like, wait a minute, Meggy, what? But yeah, I think I've seen both of them. Yeah, I've seen both movies, and I mean, they weren't bad. I love Pierce Brosnan and I love Meryl Streep, so like I had to watch them. Like they're just both amazing.
I'm
So
a huge Colin Firth fan. But
Colin is
even,
great too.
Yeah, like I saw him in that suit dancing, and I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. I was like, please.
Maggie's the type of person who sees the movie trailer and just like, no. She's just like, I'm not even giving this a chance.
Yeah, that's how I felt. And like, didn't they make a sequel? And I was still
did.
like, no. More no. Like, I like you.
Oh my God.
I applaud you for making this career choice. I'm sure it's great.
I'm sure it was fun for them.
Yeah, I just, here, let me, I'm actually, if you hear, ow.
Uh-oh.
I hit the microphone with my finger.
Oh, good. Okay. Oh, I thought that was intentional, that you were in pain. Okay, no, that's not good.
Okay.
Are you going to be all right? You going to dip your hand in some ice?
No, I have literally just, like, I carried an AC downstairs by myself today. I'm on fire.
What?
Yeah.
Meggy. When is Ran arriving to help you out with all this stuff? Like, this is ridiculous.
Tomorrow.
He better freaking put him to work, Meggy. Like, seriously, I'm not joking.
There's no more work to do.
Stop.
Look at this outfit. I'm looking at this
You're looking at the photos? So, like, I listened to the album today at work because it came out in the beginning of the
man
month.
cleavage.
The deep man cleavage is intense, I will admit. But yeah, like, I heard the album, like, at work today, and, like, there was nothing special about it, really. Like, there are some really good ABBA songs in their, like, discography, I'm not gonna lie, but this one, like, I didn't hear anything that really jumped out at me. Maybe it's just me.
Why are the actors in this movie so utterly airbrushed in the photos?
Have you seen Cher in this, like, have you seen the photos of her in this movie? It's, like, legit ridiculous.
No, but now I'm looking at an animated GIF of Colin Firth dancing in Mamma Mia while wearing, like,
you're going down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, a Mr. Darcy outfit, except it's not wet.
Mr. Darcy. Love Darcy.
Oh, and is he gay in this movie?
Oh man, I'm not spoiling it for you.
Cause he's doing a Titanic moment with someone.
I'm not spoiling it for you.
That is the doctor from.
I'm not
Thor.
spoiling it for our listeners either. I refuse to answer that question.
Stellan Skarsgård.
But yeah.
Okay. I'm still not watching it. I'm sure it's lovely.
It's fun. If you watch it to criticize it, of course you're gonna hate it. But if you watch it for the fun and the like singing and stuff, then it's fine.
I have to admit that as somebody who sings and did musical theater and probably may do musical theater again in the future, there are some musicals that like I love, and then there are some where I'm like, please free me from this hell. Please.
Have you seen In the Heights? What was the last musical you saw?
I think I saw Hamilton.
Okay. Did you enjoy Hamilton?
Yes.
Okay. I thought you were going to say no because of your beef with, what's his name?
I don't have any beef.
You don't have beef? Does he have beef with you?
No, we don't have beef. No beef.
You just don't talk?
No, we talk. It's always a hard, like, it's just weird when you grow up with people and, like, they become famous.
You're kind of famous, too. You're laughing.
Not really.
I mean, like, you have 6 degrees with a lot of, like, really, really famous people, so.
Yeah. I mean, that's true.
I feel like if I see the person that we're speaking about in one more commercial, that I'm going to scream, though. Because it's just too much now.
It is.
It's too much.
And, like, people have to make money, but it's like, oh, please stop. Please.
But yeah, enough about that. Yeah, so you saw Hamilton, you liked Hamilton. Okay, so, like, what is one musical that you've seen that you actually, like, hated? I feel like I'm just not that harsh of a critic when it comes to film because I don't know enough about, like, film theory and all that to like really critique
So
stuff like that.
I personally, I'm not a huge fan of musical theater rapping.
Okay.
So, like, even... And
But like Hamilton had rapping.
I know. And I'm going to say that I feel really bad saying this, and I hope no one comes for me.
Oh,
like,
dear.
Even though I liked Hamilton, I didn't, like, love it the way that other people love it.
So what you're saying is that your favorite songs from the musical were not the raps.
My favorite character was Jonathan Groff's character.
Oh yeah, he was pretty cool. I laughed really really hard when he. Did you see the version of it where he spits?
Yeah.
That like killed me. It literally killed me. I literally cannot. Every time I see that part, I've watched the musical twice, and I can't. It literally just sends me.
Yeah. So I do like In the Heights, but I haven't seen the movie version.
Okay. I haven't seen the play version, so we're the opposite right now.
Yeah. The play version, I actually used to sing one of the songs from.
Oh, that's
from
so cool.
Play.
Yeah, I would love to watch the play version. I think they should bring it back to Broadway, especially because like they messed up with the casting for the movie version, so they should just fix it by doing a live version.
I would say that, God, what is one? I've been in a lot of musicals and I've blocked them all. What one that I was in that was just like, what the fuck is going on? Well, I mean, other than Cats is just
I have not watched Cats, and I don't think I will ever watch it because I've heard such bad things about Cats.
Cats is like, well, even in the 80s, it was just like.
Oh, so you watched a play version?
Yeah, and I used to audition with a song from Cats.
Okay, so you like the play version or no?
There was certain allowances for the fact that everyone's literally dressed like a freaking cat.
Okay.
They're they look like cats.
Mm-hmm.
And you take into account when it was made, so you're like, I bet that they were just tripping balls when they made this. So I'm gonna watch this like they were tripping balls.
You're gonna watch this while tripping balls.
Yeah, exactly. So you watch Cats musical.
I've literally heard stories of people just saying, I've just like smoked all the weed and just watched Cats.
And it's the same. It's the same as like Starlight Express. Like,
I have not heard of Starlight Express. What is Starlight Express?
It's like a freaking musical on roller skates.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and I think it's like trains, roller skate train. I don't know, dude. I haven't seen it like in a very long time, but
interesting.
Like the 80s, like Cats and Starlight Express. You're just like, okay.
I will say, when it comes to musicals, the one musical that I don't understand why they decided to make a musical is the latest season of Dear White People. I'm not sure if you ever watched the show, but it did not start out as a musical, but they decided to make this recent season a musical, and everyone hated it.
Why the fuck is it a musical? Why would
That's what I'm saying. So I watched the first episode of it, and I'm just like, no.
I hate when they
Nothing makes sense.
When they make musical episodes of TV shows, it's bad. Why would they make an entire season?
Well, I mean, then there's also like shows like Glee, and then there's like High School Musical, the musical. Like, I mean, like, where does it end, really? Where do you draw the line?
Okay, I will admit that, like, when Glee came out, I was so very young. I liked Glee.
Yeah, Glee was fine. I had no problems with Glee.
And I really loved Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
Oh, I've never watched that, but I've heard of it.
Oh my god, it's so good! Just really good, and a really good sort of depiction of mental health.
Interesting.
So, and like just really smart songs. So Crazy Ex-Girlfriend is a great show, but my favorite musical ever is a 2-person show that is like utterly depressing, and it's called The Last 5 Years.
That sounds depressing.
The
title, though.
Version, and the movie version isn't. The movie version is like Anna. What is her name?
Anne Hathaway.
Anna Kendrick.
Oh, okay. I like her.
And Jeremy Irons?
I don't remember who that is, but that name sounds familiar.
Jeremy, with a Y, Irons.
Yeah, I have no idea, but no, I like Anna Kendrick though. She's also in like the Pitch Perfect movies, which is like musical comedy, which I find really fun.
You
didn't like Pitch Perfect.
I like Pitch Perfect, but
Okay.
I stopped liking it after
The first one?
once it, yeah.
Okay. So your problem is sequels of musicals.
Jeremy Jordan.
Oh, okay. Yes.
So they, their movie version of the last 5 years, I feel like they were too young.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds like something that she was in like way before she might have been like that famous, right? Or am I
It was in
mistaken?
2014, so like right at the
Oh,
height.
okay. Yeah.
But I think they were still too young for a
For that
movie
role.
about
Yeah.
5 years of marriage and divorce.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. That
Yeah,
sounds a
because
little
when
bit.
you see that like the play version, they're older people, and they're just certain nuances. The
Yeah.
difference between fucking up a relationship when you're young and fucking up a relationship when you're older.
Oh dear. Yeah.
Sorry. Anyway.
Anyway, yeah. So we're both in agreement that this ABBA album was just very like strange to have be a thing
it's
now.
bizarre. When you first said, like, okay, I get it, Taylor Swift,
Adele, yeah, that makes
Adele.
sense.
And then you said ABBA, and
you're
I
just
thought
like,
that
huh?
I was hallucinating.
You're like, did you just say ABBA? I'm like, did I pronounce it wrong? Like, what? Why are you asking me?
And I was like, oh God, is this some sort of like newfangled thing that I don't know about? And I'm thinking about that band.
No,
You
that
know
that
what
is
musical
what I'm
is
talking about.
really the
What?
Waitress. Waitress is great.
Oh yeah, Waitress is a really classical one. I feel like you have to watch Waitress to actually
Also-
appreciate that kind of thing. I feel like.
Yeah, also heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But yeah, where it's the same thing as like when they do like show reboots 20
Mhm.
years later.
Oh my God.
And
Yes.
and it's like, what are these people up to 20 years later? And it's
Like
I don't
nobody
fucking
wanted to know. Like we
care.
would have lived the rest of our lives not knowing, and we would have been really pleased
Yeah.
and fine.
Like they're middle aged, and this is the first thing they've done.
That's the
since
thing.
they
That
did
ABBA's not
that.
even middle aged. They're like aged. They're just aged at this point. Like they're not middle anymore.
You know what? Good for them.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not saying there's anything bad with this. It's just like I would rather them be enjoying their lives than trying to produce a whole album. You know what I mean?
Also, as an aside, as a non Taylor Swift fan, I'm not like an anti Taylor Swift fan. I just
Okay.
don't really follow her at all.
Uh huh.
I've been really confused lately because it's like she grew out her hair again, and her hair is back to being the way it looked like when she first
Started out, yes.
Is
yes.
that on purpose?
I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, let's move on to Taylor Swift. So Taylor Swift is an interesting character. I remember being a kid. So this is gonna be interesting because like when Taylor Swift became really popular, I was still like in middle school, and you were probably like already going to college,
Yeah.
like around like
Thanks.
2007.
Let me drink. Oh, fuck! I just graduated from college and I was
Yeah.
engaged. I'm gonna drink more.
So yeah, Taylor. The first thing I ever heard from Taylor Swift was "Teardrops on My Guitar" on Radio Disney, which does not exist anymore. Radio Disney is now defunct. That's how long ago that was. And I mean, she's always been like an interesting character that's been kind of controversial because she basically writes songs about all of her like former lovers, which is what every artist pretty much does. But like she doesn't hide it, and that is a problem for most people. So I think it's really interesting that she's gone back to like re-record all these songs. And when she like, announced that she'd be re-recording Red, she was like, so there's going to be 30 songs from the vault that are coming out with this re-recording. And I'm just like, hold on, 30 songs? Taylor has been holding out on us. Like
What
her
is she
label like limits her
re-recording?
so much with what she can like put out that like she has to like re-record them and actually show us what it would have sounded like if she had no limitations. Like this is wild to me.
That's really interesting. The thing about Taylor Swift is that it's really weird. Like there are some songs of hers that I love, but I only love the cover versions of them.
Oh,
and
that's
the cover-
interesting.
Yeah, and the cover versions were basically Naya Rivera and Glee.
Which one?
Mine.
Okay, yeah. Naya Rivera was amazing in Glee. Like she was one of
She
my
was,
favorites,
she
and I'm
was.
so
And-
sad that she's no longer around.
We actually had the same. We have a very similar vocal range. So,
Oh, that's
like,
cool. Yeah, I
yeah.
remember I sang Valerie at my aunt's 60th birthday because I love her like rendition of that song so much. But yeah, I feel like everything she touches is gold with her voice. So yeah, I understand why you would like a version of that song by Naya.
Yeah. What the thing about Taylor Swift also is
What?
it was really sometimes her songs come on to like a playlist I'm listening to,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm always like, is this song about Tom Hiddleston?
So like, okay, that was a thing for a while, right? Like, did they actually date, or was that just a rumor? I don't even remember. Yeah, I kind of lost track after like the Kennedy that she dated. Like, I just lost track of who she was dating.
Yeah, she dated Tom Hiddleston.
Oh my gosh.
It was not only that, it was like really publicized and kind of ridiculous and
Oh
awkward
dear.
and like secondhand embarrassment. He even wore like a "I Love Taylor Swift" T-shirt.
Oh no.
Yeah, at the beach. I love TS.
Oh.
And there's there's like a picture, a triple couple picture with him and Taylor Swift, Ryan Reynolds and his wife, and another couple.
Oh dear.
Just like so much for such a new relationship that I don't even have to do after years.
Oh my gosh.
But I think after her, he really like just became really under the radar because he was like, "Oh, what the fuck did I do?"
I mean, like, it's just I don't, like I said, I don't mind her writing songs about her former lovers. I'm just like, can Taylor just find her like permanent lover and settle down so we don't have to keep hearing about her heartbreak? Like, I'm concerned, like I'm also very concerned because like people are putting out articles saying that she wasn't with her supposed current boyfriend Joe Alwyn at SNL's like after party or whatever. And it's like, please, no, please, please. I thought this was it. I thought this was the end. I thought it was the last time we're gonna hear about a Taylor Swift breakup. Was the last guy she was with before this dude. Like, can we not? Please.
Oh wow, it's that must be a privilege for just not knowing anything about her.
Yeah, exactly. It's so fun when you're not attached to her in any way. But I feel for her because like I feel like we have like a similar like I don't know, I guess a similar like romantic fantasy sort of like from what like goes on in her brain when she like from her songs. It just seems that we have like a similar like idea of what we like want it to be like. So I'm just like, please, can you just like find it? I mean, like that would mean the end of all these songs, but like, can you please?
I don't mean to pull out my old person card.
Go ahead.
But I mean, it makes me think about. Well, first of all, I'm looking at all these pictures of Taylor Swift with random, average-looking, tall white men with light brown hair, and I can't tell them apart, and I don't know who any of these men are.
Some of them after a while, I'm just like, I don't know who you are. I don't care to look you up anymore. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's interesting because she's always walking, like holding hands with them behind them. But so like in the 70s, God, okay, I wasn't even born yet, but and this is something I found out later. But all of those sort of folk artists used to sort of be sort of like married, like they'd be married to each other, or they'd be involved in each other, or be married and like having an affair with another artist at the same time. And so like it was kind of normal to see it all happen, even though there was no social media. So like one thing that I didn't even know about was that Carly Simon used to be married to James Taylor.
What?
And I didn't even know that James Taylor used to be like a raging drug addict.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah, who cheated on Carly Simon and refuses to talk about her now as an older man. And I didn't know any of these things, and so when I was listening to him as a little kid, I was like, this nice older sad man, James Taylor, and his music.
No.
I like him so much. Can I relate? Because I am sad. And then I got older and was like, oh.
Well, this piece of shit, right? Like, oh my gosh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shit.
So like, I feel like it's the same way when like I think of some of the guys that Taylor's dated. Like she's dated like notorious bastard John Mayer, and I'm like, why?
Well, nobody ever fucking talks about. Of course, John Mayer does that too. All of his songs are about who he's dating, and he's
but it's fine because he's a man.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, come on. Anyway,
honestly, with Taylor, like, I didn't fucking care.
Yeah, no one cared except for the people who were complaining about it. And I'm just like, no, you need to sit down, take several seats, because literally every artist that writes any love song does the same thing. She's just unashamed about like making it publicly known that like, yes, I wrote this song about this person.
I mean, I don't know who she writes the songs about.
Well, like, yeah, there's speculation that she's confirmed some of them.
Oh.
That's why people get upset. They're just like, girl, what? I'm just like, I don't see a problem with this. We already knew it was about this person. She just confirmed our suspicions. Like,
well, I mean, I heard some of her songs were like, one was about like Katy Perry.
oh yeah, that they had beef because like she stole one of her backup dancers or something like that. It was a whole thing.
She stole a backup dancer?
Yeah.
Who the? Okay.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. A whole thing. Also, John Mayer is a shared previous partner of them both. So.
Ew, gross.
Ew, gross. But yeah, so like I don't know. Like I love the fact that she re-records these because like there's a lot in the songs that like sounds a lot different. Like hearing them a second time around after several years, especially because like Red came out when I was about to start college, I think. So, like
I'm so. Hold on. So what is the name of the new album called?
So it's Red Taylor's version. So it's the same album name, but it's just Taylor's version at the end. So it's her version without like any like higher up exec saying no, you can't publish this song with these lyrics or whatever.
And what are this? I'm looking now. Wow, that's a shit ton of.
It's like 30 songs, yeah, because they only let her publish like maybe like 12 of them. So she's like, here's the full vault.
I don't know any of these songs.
Yeah, I mean, like my favorites from Red are like Starlight and there's one more that I really like, but I can't remember it right now. It like starts to blur together because she's done re-recordings of a couple of different albums.
I only know.
You know 22, right? I don't know about you. When I'm feeling 22.
No.
No?
We Are Never Getting Back Together.
That one's really popular. Yeah, that's a single from it. Starlight is not a single.
Trouble.
That one's a single as well. That was one of the first singles from that album.
But like the sort of obscure Taylor Swift songs that I like I don't see them in this album.
Yeah, they're probably on previous albums, but like yeah. I'm really happy that she re-released it cuz like hearing them again like just I don't know, it just brings back like old memories that aren't necessarily bad memories, but like it just like brings back nostalgia for me.
Are they super different?
They're not entirely different, but like some of them, if you listen closely, you'll hear a couple lyrics changed because that's how she wrote it originally before someone told her that she couldn't have it that way.
Like fuck you, fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck you, fuck.
I feel like it was similar with like Ally and AJ. They re-released Potential Breakup Song. And like they released it with all the lyrics that Radio Disney wouldn't let them have in the song. So it's like, yeah, like Taylor Swift wasn't a Disney kid, but like she was on Hollywood Records through Big Machine, and Hollywood is owned by Disney. And Radio Disney would play her songs, and they would cut out certain things because they were just like, no, you can't have this. This is a kid's station. But most of her fans were like under 17 at that point in time. So it's like.
So when were all of these originally recorded?
So Red, I think, came out in, I would assume it was around like 2014, 15.
Oh, so these aren't anything newer. It's
no.
Just like under her.
Her newest album was like Folklore and like Evermore. Those are her most recent albums from like the quarantine. So let me see. Red original album, I believe it's 2014 or 15. I could be wrong. No, even earlier than that, 2012. So I literally had just started college in October when that came out.
What the heck is Starlight?
Starlight is such a good song. It's so cute. It's a song actually about the Kennedy kid that she dated's grandparents.
Jesus.
It's such a cute song. I love it.
Okay.
But yeah, that's my favorite on the album.
Okay.
But yeah, so I guess the last one to talk about is Adele.
Well, isn't Adele? That's it's what a double-edged sword or double standard, because Adele writes about her relationships too, and this one is going to be about her divorce.
Yes. Okay, so I saw this really funny meme. Now that you mentioned that, where someone was like, "Oh, Adele just like told the press that her album is about her divorce." So when her son comes up and asks, "What happened to Daddy?" Track 5, album 30.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's awful. But like legit, like okay, so I was at my parents' place, as I just mentioned, that my mom did my hair. And I showed my mom a photo of her new boyfriend, and my mom was like, "What the heck?" Adele, why?
Is he hot?
Google it. I want to hear your immediate reaction upon seeing this man's face.
Adele, what the fuck?
It's just like he's not very photogenic, so it just makes it worse. And I'm like, he looks like he's just like spaced out all the time. I don't know why.
Yeah, he does look.
It's just tragic. My mom was like, "Why? What? How?" I'm like, "I don't know, Mom. I don't know." But yeah,
who is this man?
I don't even know. I didn't bother to look it up because I'm just like, I'm already just annoyed. I'm annoyed.
You know, the thing about Adele, that is really hilarious. She's hilarious. Like,
yeah, she's great. Like, I love her.
I watched her recently, and she blindfolded herself and ate a bunch of like British food. Mm-hmm. And her accent is just so...
Yeah, she's from... I can't remember where she's from, but she has that, like, really, really distinct accent from a certain region of England. That's great.
It is. It's so distinct.
It's so great.
And she, she doesn't come across as, like, super posh, though.
No, she doesn't.
She doesn't at all. She seems like...
She's very like, down to earth. Yeah.
Very down to earth. So, if she... maybe he's a nice, unphotogenic man.
I would assume that's the case. I mean, I would hope nothing less than that, really. Because she doesn't deserve to be, like, messed with anymore at this point. She's too old for that shit. She's, like, 33. Like, stop.
What happened with her ex-husband?
I don't know, but it doesn't sound like it ended very well.
Recently, speaking of people who had divorce albums, the Chicks came out with one that was scathing.
Who is that?
The Dixie Chicks.
Okay. I was like, who? I don't think I've ever listened to any of their albums in their entirety, so I'll probably listen to it after this.
Oh my god. I love them, but their new album, the Chicks. I'll tell you what it's called. I keep hitting the goddamn.
Oh, you poor thing. I hope you're not injuring your finger.
I'm already injured.
Stop.
So the album is called Gaslighter.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and basically it was written about the lead singer's ex-husband who had an affair and left her for his mistress.
Well, if that ain't drama.
And they have two, like, grown sons, so, like, talking of, like, not grown, like, almost grown. Mm-hmm. This is like speaking of like them asking what happened to Dad.
What happened to Daddy? Well, you can listen to this track on this album and you'll find out all about it.
Literally, I listened to all the tracks while I was going through like a dark quarantine period because I was just like, oh. I
mean, that's what you do during quarantine. You just listen to all these albums and like rehash all these memories.
Exactly. So these songs are scathing.
Yeah.
Like they are messed up and they're
I mean, these men deserve to be exposed. Like, I don't feel bad.
Exactly. Like
I don't feel bad for them.
There's one called Gaslighter. There's one called Tights on My Boat, which is like alluding to the fact that like his mistress left, I think, her panties on her boat.
Oh gosh.
And she found them.
Oh.
And then there's even like one song that is like alluding to the fact that he was like holding her in limbo and wouldn't sign the divorce papers because I think he made a lot less money than her and was trying to get more money. And she's like, "You cheated on me and left me for your mistress. Like, what? No."
Piece of garbage.
Yeah, it's called "Set Me Free." Like, literally, like, there's even a song. It's called "How Do You Sleep at Night." Like, this song is like this album is so like you can tell like when you listen to it how angry and hurt they are. Mm-hmm. You're just like, damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow. Like, too. I'm so excited to hear Adele's album. I've heard Easy on Me and it's really good. It's got all the things that we like fell in love with Adele for in the beginning. So
I've been hearing it too, and I got super confused because the title is very similar to another song she has, though, right?
I feel like a lot of her titles are just like in the same vein. She's very consistent, I feel like, and I think that's why a lot of people still like her.
Yeah, all of the albums are named after ages.
Yes. I thought she was going to do 30 for her 30th birthday, but she just skipped over that. I'm like, okay,
I
cool.
thought she has an album called 30.
She does? Am I imagining things?
Yeah, she has an album called 30.
Okay, so I'm not going crazy. I'm just like, what? Why did she skip over 30? Okay, yeah, so it's 25 and 30. Okay, that's what I was like. Wait, no, it's 29. Didn't you do 29? No, it's definitely 30. But yeah, like I think she's set herself up for some pretty good replays with this from the subject matter that we're in store for. I feel like.
Are we gonna have another "Hello, it's me"?
I don't know.
Hello from the other
That's just a classic, and it's so meme worthy. Like it's great.
It is. It's so funny.
It's like basically the new Lionel Richie. Hello, is it me you're looking for?
Oh God, I remember like when what was it? Someone Like You came out. I don't think I even had a situation like that, but I was like, oh God.
Yeah, I know. She has that effect on a lot of people. I feel like she has a good mix of just like being very sassy and just being very like deep.
Yeah.
So like Set Fire to the Rain, like that's super sassy Adele.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I love that side of Adele. And then there's like this album cover where she's just showing off her side profile, like look at all of this chiseled beautifulfulness that I have become during quarantine. I'm just like, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for November 19th, her album release date. I'm hype.
Did you ever see that special where Adele went to an Adele lookalike contest?
Yes, that was the best thing I've ever seen. I showed it to my mom and she literally died. Oh, it's so good. She like puts on this like did you see the nose? The nose is what got me. That fake nose she put on was ridiculous.
Hilarious.
It's great. Oh my god. But yeah, like I'm just so happy that all these artists decided to bless us this month. I mean, regardless of the fact that we think that Abba should just be chilling and not making albums, I'm sure people are just very happy about it. So it's all good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge ABBA fan. I will admit, when you said ABBA, part of my brain was like Bee Gees.
Funny you said that because I was listening to the ABBA album, and then the Spotify just recommends like similar music after you finish listening, so it keeps playing. And the Bee Gees came on next.
Yeah, it's just like it's just the same, except like the Bee Gees was Jude's, and ABBA.
The Bee Gees also like sing a certain register.
Yeah, and ABBA was not all dudes, but it's like the same kind of like group
same vibe.
Melodies.
Yep.
From like the 70s, and like the music videos were just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, what are they making as a
I don't know. I just hope this is it. I'm like, guys, you need to like actually retire. Like this is not.
Are they new songs? Or
they are new songs. The first piece of new content they've made in like 40 years, and I'm like,
so it's not like they're redoing.
No, they're not remaking anything. Like this is new stuff. Like quarantine got to them, I guess, and they're just like, we need to put out an album. I'm like, why?
And they were just still all in contact.
That's another thing. It's just like, how did they not get into like feuds and wars and just like hate each other at this point?
Yeah, I mean,
that's what every other American band does, but they're not American, so I guess that's why.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, since they're Swedish, maybe they just like got along better. Because like, I can't imagine like, what if
Fleetwood?
Yeah.
What if Fleetwood was not anyway American and it was just all British guys? Would they still be intact? Maybe.
No, because even the Beatles, after a certain point,
that's true. If they weren't like Western, is what we meant.
I do. I have a question, and it's
what?
not. It's like it's not related, except that it's like old bands that are still kind of together.
Okay.
Boys to Men. Still together, but missing one person.
Oh.
Is that person dead, or is that person
I don't know.
Just done? Boys to Men member dies.
Is that like one of those like the Scopes articles? Like, is this a real or fake thing?
No.
I don't know. I don't remember hearing about this. I feel like it would have been way more like.
No, that's not a fucking.
Well known if someone from Boys to Men had died.
I have no idea. Boys to Men member has sadly passed away. Is it like a new Boys to Men member? Look, I'm looking it up.
I don't know, man.
So like, they said a Boys to Men member died, but then I went.
When was this?
It was like Boys to Men. Boys, great. Do not accidentally just type boys with.
Oh my god, I'm dead. Don't click on Google Images.
Okay. See, yeah, it's only 3 people now. It's only, you're
just like, I don't know anymore. Yeah, I have not heard about this.
Nelson left the group.
So he didn't die, he just left? You're just like, I'm
Mark
confused.
Nelson. No, I think this is an early. What was the name of the one that talked? It was like, baby.
I have no idea, Meggy. Like, Boyz II Men are just a figment of my imagination. I'm too young for that. I know some of their songs, but I don't know any of their names.
I would like to leave this conversation right now.
I'm sorry. Literally, like the youngest, like band, like the most that I know of from that era. It's probably not even from that era. It's like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. That's like where my history of boy bands begins.
Okay, Michael McCary was the one who was like, baby.
Oh, dear.
Yeah,
Oh,
and he
dearie.
left Boys to Men. Oh.
What?
He left Boys to Men because he got multiple sclerosis.
Oh, that's sad. That's really
Yeah.
sad.
That's really sad. Okay, so I wasn't just like hallucinating because like they had like quarantine duets, I don't know. Is it a triplet? It's not a triplet.
No idea.
Triad. Quarantine
A trio?
Trio. Damn it.
You were thinking too hard, Meggy.
I know. They had Jesus Christ.
Are you gonna be okay? How much have you had of that iced tea, Meggy?
I've had most of it, but like I've been waiting for texts today, and apparently they all came at once.
Oh dear.
Even though, so I haven't gotten them for hours, and I like picked up my phone and had 19 texts.
Oh gosh. That's too much.
Yeah. Dude, what the hell?
You just did like the most ridiculous accent. I can't. That's from like. Have you seen the movie? What is it? Downsizing.
No.
It's with Matt Damon and that like actress, who I think she's actually Vietnamese.
Oh yeah, she's
yes.
Vietnamese.
She does that accent. Like that literally is what she sounded like. That whole movie. Oh my god, I had a moment just now.
It just did a Vietnamese accent.
Anyway, what were you trying to tell me before your brain just farted?
All my texts came at once. Life is hard.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I drink most of this twisted tea. Tonight is my last night of freedom, and after we're done recording, because I spent all day waiting for people to come and get free stuff from me, I'm gonna sit in my kitchen and have hot pot.
Amazing.
So I want you to know that I will be sitting in a chair at the stove, just eating in
Amazing.
front of the window for hours.
I am very happy for you. You
And
deserve it.
Yeah, all my neighbors.
You
were
worked
like,
hard for this.
The lady's doing it again. She hasn't done it in a while.
Oh my god.
Just sit there for hours, just eating meat and my vegetables
God.
out of a pot.
No, I mean, like, I see nothing wrong with this.
Ugh. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I'm going on vacation.
I'm glad for you.
Tomorrow night, yeah, I am just so, like, my brain is so fried. People, today, at work, I basically okayed all of these, like, really happy-go-lucky notifications. And they'd be like, Meggy, is this okay? And I'd be like, yeah, send it! I don't know, send it! And like, one of my one of my direct reports sent a rabbit pun.
That's amazing.
And another one sent a Whataburger notification. I was like, just do it. Great idea. Really great. Just do it. It's amazing.
That's so fun. Oh my god.
If you ask me for anything today, I'll be like, yeah, it's a great idea.
Like, it's all good. I'm the yes woman today.
Yeah.
No, but like, legit, you should definitely enjoy your time off. Enjoy Rand. Enjoy your family.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and enjoy your hot pot. I will let you go get to it.
Thank you.
Yeah, we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.